So today we are going to talk about automated testing. Now, testing a particular API again and again, and writing each line every time in the Postman in order to check whether your API endpoints are actually working or not. We could actually create tests and run them collectively or individually to check like whether there is a certain problem with your code or not. So let's look into that. This task is mostly based on the Postman. So I have uh, actually run my project in the background, and let's go to the Postman and see how to create the test. We have to create test scripts. So firstly, I created a collection. So you go to the collection, like give it the name 3.2p, even though I have done this for other tasks because I already had this file in it. So the other thing that I'm changed it. So I have actually stored this in the app post and the port number in the environment variable. You have to do that. I've created an environment variable, given it a name new, and then variable name, and initialize a particular value and the port number to it. Going back to the collection, I have this query which says get query. It is the get query for my project, and it says that app robot commands. You can add these values as well to the environment. I have just particularly assigned it in them in here. So what it responds is back. So you can do a pre-request. Pre-request would be you're using the get method and getting that particular JSON file onto your browser if you're searching it on the browser, or if you are using it on the Postman, you get the JSON file. So you get that, and it's the prerequisite. So what kind of thing you are requesting, and then the response would be what kind of response it will get you back. So it will give you the status 200 if you're writing it as it is robot commands. And then the other thing, like it is your endpoints are actually working, because this is the same thing mentioned in the code. So the similar thing is written over here. So it actually tests like whether it is actually connected to your Postgres. And the other thing is like the response body shouldn't be empty, because it needs to give me something back. Or sometimes the database could be empty. So in that case, it will be showing me error, and then I'll be knowing something like, oh, something is missing from my database. No value is stored over there, so I can store a particular value inside there. And then same here. So robot command has ID, it has name, description, and it has modified it and created it. So those are basic things. Those could be like if you wanted to access them, like they have a particular format, like they are actually using the name matches, and it is actually giving me this particular information instead of giving me something different. So you can test that. And the other thing is like if you're creating it, you're getting the actual new command value, testing the newly created value. So uh, it also tests the newly created value if you're creating a new value over there. So if you actually posted something using the post response, and you're getting that back actually as well as. And the other thing is checking the location header. So I haven't actually used the location header, so I've actually followed them. So this thing I have skipped it. So if it gives me a particular warning, it just skips it, because I haven't actually dealt with the location header. Just created it to see like whether it actually works or not. And then the command should actually matches the command in the code as well. Same goes with the post. You can create particular tests. Now in post, I will be getting the status code 201. It will be like I have actually requested something inside. I have actually given like this is the information that I would be getting, and I'm giving it to it. So this is the particular thing that I have set. You can actually set these values inside the environment. I just wanted to check whether the pre-request works. So these are the requested things, and this will be the response back from that. So it will give me the status code. It should not give me the empty value. in that case, and then contains newly and same thing which I discussed in the get. So it should have the particular format. So ID, description, and name should be there, and the newly created is actually present or not. So it changes to lowercase because sometimes we end up writing something and things happen. So just ignore that thing. And if something is deleted, don't show me that error. Um, then yeah, you just have to say like you create something new for that. Then another put input like ensures like the user is actually mentioning the ID because it is an important aspect. Like here I have mentioned the ID, so put the thing in that, and if the ID isn't there, show the error to the user. So if the actual functioning is actually happening and all, and then ensures the request is valid response, lowercase. It shouldn't be empty because you need to write something onto the body. If it is empty, obviously the user isn't providing anything. Then same happens here. Replay, it checks everything. If the response is valid, whether the response it is giving back to the user. And no valid ID if user doesn't enter a valid ID and it doesn't matches inside the Postgres, it will show you the error. Then in case of delete, so here I have if and if else loop. So either you can get 204 and 200 uh, and 404. So it won't be showing you false. It could be either one of them. So I wanted it to pass because sometimes you delete and end up deleting some value and things happen. And when you test it using the Newman, it will give you the error because you already deleted it. So I had to keep on changing the things inside the environment. I don't want it to do that. So I just give it like either this is true or that is true or condition is there. So please pass the test for me. Uh, Pre-request. Here I haven't mentioned anything. Then same happens in the map. It is pretty similar to the robot commands. So nothing to be worried about. So you need to export this file, export it. So you just had to use a particular name for that. Okay, just a second. Yeah, I have my file stored inside this folder. This one, this folder. So the environment file should have a particular name. So whenever you're writing the commands, just keep check on the particular name you have given to the file. So the oops, I'm back. So use the particular environment or the file name correctly. So just look into that whenever you're writing the command. It should match the file name because I face particular issues. Sometimes there weren't any hyphen and all. So look into that. And the other thing that we need to export is our collection. So exporting more options and exporting the collection. So this is the file name that I've given to my collection. And the other thing is these two things are important. So in order to visualize the test, and another thing you had to do in here, just you have to run this. So run and go for the collective run. I have already run made. I've already done this. So let me just show you the file. Just a second. Let me select everything because it will be showing me an error. Functional performance. It was using those variables. Where's my previous runner? Open the request. Okay, just a second. Yes. So I have actually run all those tests. So all were passed. And if I'm going to run it again, so some things are deleted, it will show you the error. So I wanted to show you that everything passes. You had to make the changes in your either in your query, whatever the you're typing, and or you can fix them in your environment, and then there you have to change the ID every time because so yes, everything passed in here as you can see. Either it's deleted 404, it says it's passed. And you can download this file. This is another file that you need to download. And let's look into the commands that we need to do in order to generate a Newman file. So let's minimize it and let's open our just let me just open an task sheet and go step by step. So the file things are done. The only thing is left is hold on a second, automated testing. So you need to write this command, and after that you need to write this command to generate all the files. So if you look carefully, just a second, it should matches the name over here. So here, here you go. It should match the name. Otherwise, you won't be able to get the file. And after writing those commands, you will be able to get this file. And let's open this file. So as you can see, there were 5 test failed. My bad. Just because I already deleted few things earlier. And see, first syntax error was there. Another was the assertion error. So it was expected like you should be getting 204, but you get 204. So it the all the tests were actually run. No tests were skipped. So let's look the total test requests. So here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 tests were there. Forward command, everything was successful in here. 100% success rate. Create command, 100% success rate. Same goes with this. Now let's look into the delete command. What was there? So 50% it passed, and as you can see, what failed? Check if the resource is deleted. So it was actually already deleted. Even though the test passed inside that, and same would happen in the delete robot command because it already deleted something. So that's why. And then we have create map. Let's look into this. Why we didn't pass this test. So it says the response body created a new and in the create map, I have written that it should create something new. So when I was testing it out, I actually used the previous value. So it didn't create anything new. So that's why there was an error for that. And newly created resources gives the return value. Now my create command, which is for the actually for the put doesn't actually gives me anything in return. So that's why there was an error for that. So that's how you actually do the automated testing. And thanks for watching the video using the Newman.